I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. McDonald's tragedy, mental illness, or stupid decision making. Drop a comment. Salute to all of my moderators. Salute to the chat. Salute to my replay gang. My replay gang, y'all know how we get down. I need y'all to weigh in on this. Drop a comment and let me know what y'all thoughts are. Now, the McDonald's employee claimed that her manager was bullying her. All right. She got tired. She got fed up of being bullied by her manager. She claims that her manager was making racist comments towards her. She claims that her manager sent her home early several times. Now, if Nikki Lynn or Pee Wee, if y'all are watching and if y'all got time to pull up, I want to get y'all take on this. And if y'all are unable to pull up now in the chat, if y'all could pull up on the replay gang and let me know, do you feel as though this was a case of mental illness or just stupid decision making? Let me salute my chat real quick and we're going to jump into this. Salute Thankful, Nola, Mary K, Kenya, Michelle. Kenya says both. Nola says, yes, I saw this on YouTube. How many of y'all? Drop a one. Drop a one if you agree with Kenya, if you think it was both. Mental illness and stupid decision making. Drop a 2 if you think it was just mental illness. Drop a 3 if you think it was stupid decision making. All right. Nola dropped the 1. Let's just go straight to it. All right. Let's go straight to her. Linda says, no way, mental illness. Salute, Nicole. I see 3. I see a 1. Salute, Michelle. Let's just jump straight to it.
I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in the store, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect.
Now, let's stop right there. Nicole says she's crazy, shaking my head. Now, just by looking at her, let's chop it up, y'all. Just by looking at her, can we tell by looking at her whether or not something mental is not right? She got some loose screws upstairs. Now, I'm going to call a spade a spade. If you ask me, I would say by looking at her mugshot, looking at her picture to the far right, and then even in the video, I would say something seems to be off with her. Ambrosia says you can definitely tell. Like, just the way she wear her hair, the glasses, the shades. And I will take one to the chin. I will say that different day and time, a lot of young people, they do dress like this. Tone says it's in her eyes. Mary Kay says could be jealousy as well. But in my opinion, I think that something is off with her just by looking at her. And I know some would say looks can be deceiving. You can't judge a book by its cover. And I'll take that to the chin as well. Let's continue.
And it isn't funny at all. Like, seriously, man, I got shit I gotta take care of. And she keeps sending me home early. It's not funny. She's playing games. And then all day, throughout the day, she keeps sending her little racial shit. And then throughout the day, she keeps on like putting negative energy in the air, talking about people, gossiping about people.
Now, what could she possibly have said that was racial? Um, Maybe, and I don't know, I'm just assuming by the young lady's name. The young lady's name is Afeni Muhammad. And I'm just assuming that she practiced Islam. And maybe the manager made some derogatory statements as far as concerning Muslims. That's the only racial slurs that I could get out of this, because I do believe that they are both, Black Americans. I could be wrong about that as well. But I don't see what the manager could have said that would have been racial, not unless she was talking about another ethnic group. Linda says she sliced up another coworker years ago when she worked at Taco Bell. Tone says, I think she's off. I think she's of different nationality. Okay. All right. Okay.
It's not funny, man. That shit gonna have to stop. She's a bully. It's just the fact that she panicked, and I caught her a few times making a mistake, and she tried to hurry up and play it off. Nobody's perfect. It's fucking McDonald's. It happens. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, somebody might get confused. So fuck, it gets busy, yeah. But she needs to stop playing like she don't be making mistakes. I be catching her. But to get sent home 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early, it's not funny. Somebody will have to do something about that. It's not funny. It's not fair. It isn't funny at all.
All right. Nola says customer services at those fast food places went out the window. Now, I will say, when it comes to McDonald's and other fast food restaurants, I will say that some of the managers as well as employees, they do have nasty attitudes. I'll say that. But, once again, is it warrant for someone to take their lives? I say it all the time. With me, if if I took the life of everybody that pissed me off, if I took the life of everybody that said some slick ish to me, took shots at me, if I took the life of every manager that mishandled me, it'd be a lot of unalive, funky ass MFers. And I will be looking at a lot of years in the penitentiary. It doesn't warrant for you to take anybody's life. Tiffany says both 1 and 2. Sean says they hire kids, no training on customer service at all. And that's true. And I want to talk about this. Salute Bird. Because when you're doing these jobs, right, should the employees be taught customer service? But in this situation, it wasn't even between a manager and a customer, a employee or a customer. It was actually between two workers. So Nola says they act like you bothering them when you check your order. Yeah, it happened to me yesterday. I'm checking my bag, and the employee just looking at me like this. Just staring at me like, I'm like, no disrespect. I'm just checking to see if everything was in it. And she just like, then she said, did I put everything in the bag for you? I said, yes, ma'am. Thank you. I try my best to go out my way, just because I know, like I said, just because I know things can turn left so fast. So I try my best to greet them. I try my best to say thank you. I try my best. Sometimes I don't even ask. Like if I'm out and my order might come back cold or something. I just deal with it. My order might come back not exactly the way I want it, unless like a Waffle House. At Waffle House, you right there on the cook, so you can see the cook cooking. But in them other restaurants where they gotta send your plate back to the back, whatever they give me, I just accept it. I don't never complain about my order, because if once it gets sent to the back, look, ain't no telling what they do with your order if you don't complain. But I don't complain about my food when it comes out of that back. You're not gonna take my order back there and then the cook say, "Oh, you want to be funny? Oh, smart ass." Just saying. I didn't want to bring this to the chat, Shank, but my son was taken from me from a McDonald's manager after he took his own life. Police ruled it out, jealousy over money. My condolences to you, Mary Kay. Can I get everybody to throw up some prayer hands for Mary Kay? Wow. Sorry about that, Mary Kay. Sean says, yes. Nola says, I worked at McDonald's. Sean says, exactly, Shank. It's a wrap when it goes to the back. No people skills. They need a health screening before working with people. Stop making excuses for them. Her mother knew she was a demon child. And you're right. You're right. I can't even argue with you, Ursh. Listen, at any given time, you are going to be on the other end of the table. You don't know where people have been before they grace your presence. Exactly. That's facts. Thank you, Shank. It was 2 years ago here in Michigan and Wyoming. Once again, my condolences to you, Mari. Learn how to treat people. In my opinion, it starts at home, but it also starts with the individual, because you can have people, and I've witnessed this. You can have someone that had both parents in the house, right? Was raised with both parents, had a good education, had a good upbringing, and away from their parents, once they get out in the real world, they could have a nasty attitude. You could have somebody that was raised, quote unquote, in the hood with a father or just a mother. And they could turn out to be some of the most respectfulest people in the world. So at the end of the day, it all boils down to that individual. I put a post up. I don't think I got it either. Nope. But I put a post up on Facebook, and I'm going to show y'all the post after we get through this. I put a post up on Facebook, and it says, a nice smile and a great personality beats a nasty attitude and an evil heart. And I know we all had bad days. However, it's still up to us as individuals. It's still up to us as individuals to not take our problems out on the next man or woman. It's still up to us as individuals to respect our fellow mankind. It's still up to us as individuals to give respect. Let's go deeper into Afeni Muhammad.
So, she could keep being a bully if she wants to, but that shit is going to catch up to her. Because it ain't funny at all. It ain't.
Tell us about your sweet My mama was a good person. She was the best mom anybody could ever ask for. My mama, she woke up every day and went to work for us. For us. My mama died trying to take care of us. She died. Oh God. She was so good to everybody. A hardworking woman. So kind. If anybody needed help, she would give you her last. Give you the shirt off her back. She did not deserve that at all.
How many kids does your mom?
6. All 6 of us. Me and my
5 girls
siblings.
and 1 boy.
My brother. And she's aware that she took us from her. We met everybody at I don't understand why she had to kill her. It was not fair. My mama didn't deserve. My mama was even good to her. She was good to everybody. Everybody. I hate that she had to die alone in there. I hate that she had woke up trying to make money for me and my siblings and had to pass away just trying to work for us. It's not fair. It's not fair.
And you wrong for taking this woman away from her children. My sister. That is just it.
You met us. You
met
saw
all her
all of us in there playing in there. You gave us stickers. You came and introduced yourself to us. Why take our mama from us? You knew we loved each other. You knew she was all that we had. No.
How old was your mom, if I could ask?
She was 39.
So she's young.
Very young.
Single mother. Single. Our dad is incarcerated. So now we only got our aunties and my pastor. My mama is gone.
Mental illness or stupid decision making. Drop a comment. If Nikki Lynn and Pee Wee is watching, if either one of you had time to pull up, I want you all to chop it up with me about mental illness. I know Nikki Lynn and Pee Wee is good at these kind of cases. And if it's anybody that's in the chat that would like to join me on the panel and chop it up about this case, hit the blue StreamYard link. Sean says, I worked for a casino in Detroit for 16 years. And every year we, the employees, were given pep rallies and were told about speaking and giving eye contact proper edits. No matter how you slice, no excuse can justify her to unaliving that lady. She didn't have no business going back up to that job after being sent home. Now, what I will say, Tudor says, is that a man? No. Chick says sad. Sean says both. Salute, newbie. Salute. Chick says both. Mari says, as you mentioned before, Shank, people do things by choice. Berber says, I say a bit of both mental illness and a stupid decision. Definitely a stupid decision. Stupid decision making. It just wasn't worth it. You know, the McDonald's manager didn't pose a threat. She didn't threaten her. She didn't brandish any kind of weapon. She wasn't selling no wolf tickets. She just went straight to her and, whipped out and just, started, banging her up. It just wasn't worth it. That's not the only job. We go through this all the time. I'm sure everyone on the replay gang and everyone in the chat, I'm sure we all experienced a situation where the manager, supervisor, was treating us unfairly, mainly cutting back our hours, or giving overtime to other employees, but refuse to give us overtime. We've all been through this, scheduling us on days that we said we couldn't work. This is nothing new. And for those that are just experiencing working a 9 to 5, you're going to run into all kind of problems on your 9 to 5. You're going to run into all kind of problems. The way that she handled it, that's not what you want to do. That's not the proper way to handle it. The proper way to handle it is going over the manager's head. That's first. That's your first step. Just go ahead over your manager's head. Go to your manager's manager. If that don't work, go to corporate. Or you could just go straight to corporate and report your manager. If that don't work, put in your 2-week notice. Some jobs, I put in my 2-week notice. Some jobs, I couldn't take it no more. And I just went on and just never came back. But just do it the proper way. There's a proper way to do things. It's a proper way to handle things. And even if she suffers from mental illness, you still know right from wrong. And in some cases, there have been defense attorneys that have used mental illness to justify why people or persons done what they done. But you can't go around taking nobody's life. I felt bullied. You had so much to say in that video. You never told us, not one time, what the manager done to you that made you felt as though she was bullying you. Now, like I said, different day and time. Now it's cyberbullying. It's all kind of bullying. During my time, it was only one way to get bullied. Give me a minute. Salute Dalen. Hey, Mr. Shank, I hit you up about my uncle cold case. Tomorrow is his death anniversary, but I will be in touch. Yeah, do that. Let me know. Now, I could cover it. I could go ahead and cover it without you or your mom, or I could have you or your mom, come up on a panel with me. But just let me know. Just let me know. DM me and let me know whether or not you and moms can join me on the panel. If y'all can't join me on the panel, I'll still cover it. But it would just be better if I had y'all on the panel. It's just not justified. It's not. Because you could have handled it better. You're realizing it. Like I said, you realizing it now. I know you're realizing it now. You in jail. And you're looking at being locked up for the rest of your life. Now, she felt as though she was being bullied. Like I said, during my time, bullying was basically name calling. People may be name calling you, or maybe that's why she felt as though she's being bullied. Somebody picking on you, taking your lunch money, taking your lunch, beating you up, But definitely stupid decision making. She could have asked for a transfer. So all kind of ways to handle this. And maybe the generation hasn't been taught. Maybe these young folks haven't been taught how to resolve situations. Maybe. I mean, once again, in their defense, we had an advantage over them. We actually had teachers, we had neighbors, we had fathers and mothers. You know, we had a community that prepared us for a job. Y'all remember job interviews? When job interviews came around, okay, make sure you got on some khakis, make sure you got on some soft bottom shoes, make sure you got on a polo shirt, make sure you got on a collar shirt with a tie, make sure you make eye contact. Back then, it wasn't no phones. We didn't have all of the distractions that they have today. I will go out on a limb and say, in their defense, they were set up for failure. This is my opinion. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Drop a 4. Drop a 4 if y'all feel like the young generation today has been set up for failure. Drop a 5 if you say, nah, Shank, they wasn't set up for failure. They don't have the resources, the tools. Like I said, I can go back when I was coming up. Different ball game. Their problem solving capabilities are lacking skills. I see some 4s. Or she could have asked to be on a different shift. I see some 4s. I see a lot of 4s down there. They were set up for failure. Like social media, for one thing, the internet, like everything. It's just they were set up for failure. You know? And I think that that's one of our problems. They have no coping skills. Like they're just, and let me call a spade a spade. I'm gonna tell y'all what I disapprove of for the men. I disapprove of any male that's over the age of 25 still playing video games. I disapprove of that. Any male over the age of 25 playing video games. I disagree with any males wearing those Crocs. I don't like to see males wearing Crocs. I don't. And any male that has children, has a family, shouldn't be playing them video games, man. I see 50-year-old men playing video games. It's so much work that needs to be done in our communities. See, I think like that. It's so much work that needs to be done in the household. And they just sitting around playing video games. Maybe I'm too old school. I don't like Crocs, Christina. Man, and I be seeing some old heads with Crocs. Like, damn, that shit, you know, I'm old school. All right. Chick says, I disagree, Shank, respectfully. Video games are therapeutic and some people play to avoid medication. I'll accept that. I can accept that chick. Sean says you aren't too old school. I could accept for some people that the video games are therapeutic to avoid medication. Love Jones says, I don't like Crocs either. Now, on the females, yes. You know the females, yeah. Because that's what the Crocs. Now, if you a nurse, if you a doctor, then yeah. But I be seeing dudes with Crocs on. I be like, man, the older generation don't know how to control their emotions now. Crocs are definitely a no-no in my opinion. Salute Aunt Natty. Appreciate you for coming back. Salute Diamond. What the hell is her funky ass on? This is a true definition of a funky ass chick that then flew over the cuckoo's nest. Hey man, I'm sorry, y'all. Hey, what happened? What happened to sexy, feminine women? Lord have mercy. What happened to sexy ass, feminine women? Like, like the women, no wonder the R&B singers ain't around no more. Cause the R&B singers don't got no ladies to talk about. Y'all remember those R&B songs? Lord have mercy. Appreciate you becoming a member. Love Jones. Thank you for all you do. And if you would like to help support the channel and help us reach our goal, 15 super stickers or super chats, as well as memberships, you could click on the $ symbol and purchase either. Or if you would like to send a cash donation, the cash app is $ERICMCINT. But back to the ladies, those sexy ladies, like, Lord have mercy. And they mind was right. Y'all remember the song, Get Your Mind Right. The mind was there. Now, the females, what's up with these rappers? Come on, ladies. What the hell is wrong with the rappers? The rappers, the females are more harder than the men. I just what the hell? Tone says Chucky. The bride of Chucky. Appreciate you, Sean. Appreciate that super chat. Let me see what else we got, y'all. Cause Lord have mercy, man. Once again, everybody on the replay gang, mental illness or stupid decision making. Drop a comment.
I'm just sitting at this park right now. I wanted to I had to talk to my neighbor Wayne again and like clear up everything with him, because how I said how like he always like he's always like he always like look at me a certain way or something, and I told him that like I don't want to have sex. I told him that. So it's like, you know, sometimes he would give me something to eat or something if I didn't make anyone on Instacart. I get that. But I told him like I don't want him thinking that that I owe him that just because he do that for me sometimes. I want him to think that I owe him sex. So now, like, after I told him that, it's like he's been crying and crying and telling me he think I use him. Dismissing everything that I do for him and did for him. Dismissing the fact that he had this condition that he'd been going through for a long time and nobody can help him. But me, I helped him get through it. And I cook, and you know, I don't have a lot of money, but I still make money at work. But you know, I don't have a car right now. I'm still working to get in a car. And he feels like I owe him sex, and now he's mad and crying and trying to make me feel guilty.
In my opinion, everybody, she needed help. Even though what she did wasn't justified and wasn't right, she needed help. Studies suggest that nearly 50% of individuals with mental health issues remain undiagnosed, meaning millions are left without the care and support they need. Salute, Satcha. I can't look at her on TV, let alone in person. The warning signs are there. Shank, be honest, you can't either. It's hard. It's hard looking at her. Salute, Miss Parker. Make sure everybody pull up on Miss Parker. I do believe Miss Parker is going live around 3 to 3:30. So make sure everybody pull up on Miss Parker between 3 and 3:30. She showed a lot of red flags. She did. She did. They better check to see if Wayne ain't with the worms. I agree. Miss Parker says she cried out. She did. She did. He dodged a bullet. Yes, she did. Yakaya says she's
Calm down. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. But I should have known. I'm playing my peaceful music so I don't have to listen to you doing this, and you're interrupting my music call on my phone.
damn, man.
Please leave me alone. You told me you never ignore me. Stop fucking with me! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Please, stop! Leave me alone!
Damn, man.
Please! Please leave me alone! I don't want to have sex with you! I don't want to have sex! So stop!
Damn,
I
man.
already talked to myself! I don't want to have sex with you! Okay? Okay?
Damn.
Thank you!
Damn. Damn, y'all. People making fun of her. Yeah, she had issues. People at these work environments do treat you bad. Not excusing what she did. They will harass you like that, though. I've been through it, but I was strong enough. Salute, Miss T. Miss Parker says, yeah, that's sad. Chandra says, what the F? Yeah. She needed help, y'all. She needed help. Chick says, wow. Damn. Sad case, y'all. Sad case.
Nah, this stays at home though. I'm not gonna bring this to work because that wouldn't look right, I guess. I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in the store, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect. And it isn't funny at all. Like, seriously, man, I got shit I gotta take care of. And she keeps sending me home early. It's not funny. She's playing games. And then all day, throughout the day, she keeps sending her little racial shit. And then throughout the day, she keeps on, like, putting negative energy in the air, talking about people, gossiping about people. It's not funny, man. That shit gonna have to stop. She's a bully. I'm telling you. She's a bully. She brings a lot of negative energy in there. She always panic when it's a lot going on, and then she try to manipulate that and make it seem like we ain't doing something right, but we are working really hard and doing great. It's just the fact that she panicked, and I caught her a few times making a mistake, and she tried to hurry up and play it off. Nobody's perfect. It's fucking McDonald's. It happens. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, somebody might get confused. So fuck, it gets busy, yeah. But she needs to stop playing like she don't be making mistakes. I be catching her. So all the animosity and shit that she keep putting in the air and stuff, they're trying to tell me, I'm always snapping on people. No, that's false. No, I don't snap on people. I don't go in there doing that. I tell her, no, I make peace. That's what I'm doing. I've been creating peace. So all that negative energy that she's bringing in there and trying to manipulate it, no, that's going to stop. All that negative shit she's saying about, her personal life, all of that. No, she's bringing all of that in there and then playing games saying she want to take her belt off and beat somebody. Y'all act like my kids in here. No, we ain't your kids. Respect us. Stop talking to us like that. That shit is crazy. I'm telling you. But to get sent home 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early, it's not funny. Somebody will have to do something about that. It's not funny. It's not fair. It isn't funny at all. So, she could keep being a bully if she wants to, but that shit is going to catch up to her. Because it ain't funny at all. It ain't. I was wrongfully treated today at work. I was literally physically tapped on a lot of times. My name kept getting called. I was doing a great job. I kept getting sabotaged, tempted, so my button can get pressed and I can go out of character. Nah, this stays at home though. I'm not gonna bring this to work because that wouldn't look right, I guess. was wrongfully treated today at work. I was literally physically tapped on a lot of times. My name kept getting called. I was doing a great job. I kept getting sabotaged, tempted, so my button can get pressed and I can go out of character. So although I went out of character, all I could say was stop talking to me. That's all I could say. Stop talking to me. And to walk into my space, still bothering me, and I said, get away from me. Please get out of my space if you don't mind. I can't talk right now, and you still continue to touch me. That made me very unhappy. It was ridiculous. Because I know that I'm a great person, and I know I won't be tolerating that. So since they decided to bully me, let the universe show them what's next. Because it wasn't right. It was ridiculous. And there will be hell to pay for that. Without a doubt.
I'll see what the chat's saying. Once again, mental illness or stupid decision making. Drop a comment. Tone says that's what you see in the fast food industry nowadays. More Gen X with AirPods in ear, standing around laughing, doing everything but their jobs, then look at customers like we're the inconvenience. That's facts, Tone. Dre, well, the blood is on whoever turned a blind eye to it. Nicole says, I'm late. Hey, y'all, this is spooky. Chick says, see, all that TikTok and phone stuff. Honey Gangster says, I believe she's a SA victim. I have yet to look at her page. Oh, wow. Gina says, well, I feel sorry for the loved ones left behind. Charlotte's Web, salute Shank Rock. She has sad eyes. I am on leave right now for being bullied, retaliated against after I reported my director for being unprofessional. Then they tag team me. It's hard. Sorry that you're going through that, Charlotte. This lady was very ill. Peace, Rashida. I believe she was dealing with mental illness because she was, you know what, assaulted. I think it was a mixture of both. This is why I tell people, treat people as you wish to be treated. You never know what demons a person is living. That's facts. Oh, wow, Charlotte's Web. And my mom always taught me it's in a person's eyes. Salute, Cotan.
I'm just sitting at this park right now. I wanted to I had to talk to my neighbor Wayne again and like clear up everything with him because how I said how like he always like he's always like he always like look at me a certain way or something, and I told him that like I don't want to have sex. I told him that. So it's like, you know, sometimes he would give me something to eat or something if I didn't make anyone on Instacart. I get that. But I told him like I don't want him thinking that that I owe him that just because he do that for me sometimes. I want him to think that I owe him sex. So now like after I told him that, it's like he's been crying and crying and telling me he think I use him. Dismissing everything that I do for him and did for him. Dismissing the fact that he had this condition that he'd been going through for a long time and nobody can help him. But me, I helped him get through it. And I cook, and you know, I don't have a lot of money, but I still make money at work, but you know, I don't have a car right now. I'm still working to get in a car. And he feels like I owe him sex. And now he's mad and crying and trying to make me feel guilty. I need to just calm down. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. But I should have known. I'm playing my peaceful music so I don't have to listen to you doing this, and you're interrupting my music, calling my phone. Please leave me alone.
You told me you never ignored me.
Stop fucking with me! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Please! Please leave me alone! I don't want to have sex with you! I don't want to have sex! Stop! I already touched myself! I don't want to have sex with you! Okay? Okay? Thank you!
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Bitch, I ain't gonna catch you.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And bitch, I ain't gonna catch you.
She was definitely crying for help.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Bitch, I ain't gonna catch you.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And bitch, I ain't gonna catch you.
You may be seated. Good afternoon, everyone. Detective Showers, please approach for the swear to. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the information being provided is true and accurate to the best of your information, knowledge, and belief, subject to penalties of perjury?
I do.
Put your hand down. With regard to the defendant, Afani Muhammad, please set forth the factual basis for the warrant request.
Yes, Your Honor. On 7/10/25, McDonald's employee Afeni Muhammad stabbed McDonald's manager Jennifer Harris multiple times with a kitchen knife at the McDonald's restaurant at 179219 Mile. Harris was not armed at the time and died of her injuries. Prior to the stabbing, Muhammad was sent home by Harris for not performing her work duties and told Harris, "I'll be back." Muhammad was arrested on scene and the knife was recovered. Muhammad admitted that she intended to kill Harris and stated that after she was sent home, she drove to a nearby park, decided to come back and stab Harris with a knife that she had inside of her vehicle. When Muhammad returned to stab Harris, she entered the back entrance with a hood mask over her face in an attempt to conceal her identity and attempted to flee the scene after the stabbing, but was stopped by an armed customer.
And the requested charges are murder in the first degree, count 2, dangerous weapon carrying with unlawful intent, and there's a habitual second notice offense. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
The warrant is being signed, and we can proceed to arraignment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Calling file number 25354, People versus Afani Badu Mohammed. Counsel appearances for the record, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Sean Haney, public defender on behalf of the people.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Please, this honorable court, may I have a hearing on behalf of Mrs. Mohammed, who does appear via Zoom.
Your name, please, ma'am.
Afeni Mohammed.
Very good. You're here today for arraignment on the charges of murder in the first degree, premeditated, count 2, carrying a weapon with unlawful intent, and a habitual second notice. Mr. Licata, how does your client wish to proceed?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. At this time, my client is asking the court to enter a not guilty plea. At this matter set for a probable cause conference and a preliminary exam. I have advised my client for rights, as well as the charges against her and the potential penalties. We are ready to proceed on those rights.
Very good. Ma'am, do you understand the nature of the charges against you to your satisfaction after talking to your attorney?
Yes.
Very good. I will go ahead and enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. Are you requesting a court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
I will appoint an attorney to represent you. We'll set this matter for a probable cause conference on July 23rd, 2025 at 1 p.m.
So she pleaded not guilty. I don't know how she's going to be able to prove that she's not guilty.
Preliminary examination will be on July 30th, 2025 at 1 p.m. As to bond, Mr. Licata.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Just briefly, my client is 26 years old, does live in a great city of East Point. Your Honor, my client is a high school graduate. In fact, is actually taking some online classes for college for a physical therapy degree. Your Honor, there are some disturbing facts in this particular matter, but there are facts that haven't been brought out yet, and my client is extremely anxious to have those facts brought to light during the pendency of this case. She was in an extremely abusive relationship that was not only mental but physical, that involved alcohol issues, which is where the habitual second stems from, and her prior record. Your Honor, my client is a helpful person. She's a giving person. She's actually is credited with saving a life because of a 60-year-old who had skin cancer that she may go to the doctor to find out that that's exactly what it was, and that person is doing extremely well right now. I understand the facts that have been laid out today in the warrant, but at this time, Your Honor, we are asking the court to consider a bond in this matter that is appropriate, that my client can meet so that she can meet with her attorneys and prepare her for defense in this matter. Thank you.
Thank you. On behalf of the people.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Pursuant to court rule, the court is well within its authority to grant no bond involving any case involving murder. In this case, we are requesting no bond for this defendant. Also provided within the court rules are certain factors for this court to consider when determining whether to grant any bond at all, and in this case, we are requesting the bonds that indicate. First of all, the court can consider whether or not this defendant is a threat to the community. She entered a public building with other individuals, other employees that were present. She produced a weapon that was a knife longer than 3 inches, and she stabbed the victim multiple times, up to possibly as many as 15 times, eventually causing her death. There were other employees that were present at the time, some of which attempted to help the victim after the stabbing occurred. That alone is enough to show that there is a threat to the community. She then ran from the building to her vehicle, presumably with the intent to flee from the scene. She was stopped by a helpful bystander. You're also able to consider the likelihood of conviction in this case, given the facts as laid out by Detective Showers and the information that the prosecutors have reviewed in order to charge this defendant. There is a very high likelihood of conviction. And then finally, the defendant does have a prior instance of at least one that I'm aware that involved a stabbing, similar obviously to the stabbing that occurred in this case. involving a knife. So given all of those factors, and given the fact that this court does have authority to give no bond to defendants charged with murder, I am asking at this time for no bond in this case.
Thank you, counsel. The court has reviewed the charges and the circumstances surrounding this case. The defendant is facing various serious charges, including murder in the first degree, which is one of the most serious criminal offenses in our state, carrying penalties up to life without parole. Additionally, carrying a dangerous weapon with unlawful intent further underscores defendant's potential threat to public safety. Defendant has a prior criminal record out of Virginia for malicious wounding. It was actually felony malicious wounding that was reduced to unlawful bodily injury concerning a stabbing.
So I forgot who it was that mentioned that incident in Virginia. So that's true.
That is what gives rise to the habitual second. And in determining bond, the court must look to the factors outlined in Michigan Court Rule 6.106. Number one, the seriousness of the offense and the danger posed to the community. The charges here involved a violent crime with a weapon, indicating a substantial risk to the public. The court finds there is a significant threat to public safety, and therefore the bond must reflect that risk. Number two, the weight of the evidence against the defendant. While the evidence is not fully before us and the defendant is cloaked with the presumption of innocence, the nature of the charges along with the prior criminal history suggests that there is substantial evidence against the defendant. Defendant's criminal history: the defendant has a violent criminal past. The history supports the court's concern that the defendant may engage in further violent conduct if she is released. The defendant's ties to the community: while the defendant is relatively young at 26 years of age, there's no indication that she has any significant stabilizing ties to the community that would ensure her return for court appearances. Without these ties, the court is concerned about the likelihood of flight. Number five, defendant's risk of fleeing or failing to appear. Due to the severity of the charges and the habitual offender status, it makes the defendant a high risk for flight. The court finds that this factor weighs heavily in favor of a high bond amount. Substance abuse or mental treatment: although there are no reports at this time suggesting that the defendant suffers from mental health or substance abuse issues that would mitigate the risks posed by defendant's release, the court is, after considering all of these factors, going to be setting bond at $25 million, cash surety only, with conditions. If the defendant is able to meet those conditions, she must be on a GPS steel cuff tether. She is not to leave the state of Michigan. She is to report her address within 24 hours of, she must report any change of address.
25 million. I feel as though she shouldn't have been given a bond, period. So with the first situation, they never made sure she got help then. They wait till it goes this far to say what could have or should have been done. That's facts. Absolutely. That's facts. She's definitely a high risk. That's facts. Salute, Shantae. That's facts, y'all. Mental illness is a very complicated disease. Fire up, old Sparky, for that, old. Indeed, Tanya. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Nicole says they need to put her on a psych ward. I agree. In the latest video that Cold Peace TV did, she tells a lot more about this girl's family background. Make sure everybody go check out my homegirl Cold Peace TV demonstration, and let's see what we can get from Cold Peace TV. And I'll keep everybody up to date on this case. I see you, April. April says, where did this take place at? In Detroit, Michigan. In Detroit, Michigan. Make sure everybody pull up on Miss Parker at 3:30, and I'll be back again at 5:30. So I'll see everybody back at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll leave the chat running, and you all can hang around. Salute, everybody. I'd like to place an order. Yeah. Hey, let me get a chicken box and a half and half. Alright, good looking out. Tinted window screaming F the law out my mouth. I'm switching lanes from up north to down south. Now everybody trying to figure how I put it down. I took my show on the road straight out of town. Pee-wee is my nigga, so you know I brought some crooks with me. 1998, they tried to throw the book at me. Tell me what you see every time you take a look at me. A straight P, I only be where the hookers be. A old head, but still can pull any fly chick. One thing's for sure, you never see me ride a nigga dick. I got a thoroughbred who loves to call me pretty daddy. Through Alabama, getting hit in a pink caddy when I come through. Everybody knows me, the young niggas love me. They call me they OG. Go and do your homework about the shit that I spit. They gon' tell you that nigga Shank is legit. A chicken boxer half and half when I'm switching lanes. I'm switching lane. A chicken boxer half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lane. A chicken boxer half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lane. A chicken boxer half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lane. I eat a chicken box before I play a game of spades. I get some half and half is sweet tea mixed with lemonade. Some brown liquor with a coke to sharpen up my skills. I switch lanes cause I only fuck with the real. Now she's a winner, so I got to keep her on my team. Plus I'm a real one, so I never ever sell her dreams. You wanna know if I'll quit or if I'll stop? But they say it ain't over till your casket drops. A chicken boxer half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lane. A chicken boxer half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lane. A chicken boxer half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lane. A chicken boxer half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lane.